My name is Vikash from Data Engineers Check-in. Today in this video, we are going to solve another LeetCode SQL question, that is trips and users. So without wasting time, let's get into it. So here is our question. The question says, write an SQL query to find out the cancellation rate of a request with unbanned user, both client and driver must not be banned each day between. So we have to find basically the cancellation rate between this 2013 10 1 and 2013 10 and 3, and we have to round off the cancellation rate to two decimal places. So suppose if our answer is 5.342, we have to basically put 5.34 only. So what is the question? So the question says you have two tables, users table, and you have basically the trips table. Okay, so in the trips table, we are having ID, client ID, driver ID, city ID, status, and requested. And the users table, you will be having users ID and band. So what you need to do, you need to find out the cancellation rate. So what is cancellation rate? So cancellation rate is computed by basically dividing by number of cancelled writes either by driver or user divided by the total number of basically request or the count of that particular request by the banned user and unbanned user. So we are going to solve this particular question using one approach. So if you have any better approach than this, please comment down below. I'll be more than happy to learn a new approach regarding that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically, first of all, we have to find out the cancellation rate. So our cancellation rate is basically sum of all the status that are basically, here is the status. So that are basically cancelled by driver or the cancelled by client, and basically we need to divide it by the count of status. So let's see how we can do it. So what I'm going to do, we need to do select request at, and we need to alias it as day, comma, and we need to basically do round off and sum, and I'm going to apply one if condition here. Inside sum, I'm going to apply a if condition. So if status, so as you can see, my status is enum type, that means it has only three values. So I'm going to basically consider that status should not be equal to completed. So it will cover my both the thing, that it should be equal to cancelled by the driver and it should be cancelled by equal to client. So should not equal to, I'm going to do completed so if our status is equal to completed 1, else 0. Now what we need to do, we need to basically divide this by count of status, and I'm going to do the round as 2, and I'm going to give alias as cancellation rate. So this is my alias, and we are going to select this from trips. So let's see, are we getting any result or not? So as you can see, we are getting at least day and cancellation rate. Now we need to filter our result further. So we need to basically find out those cancellation requests where each day between 2013 October 1 and 2013 October 3. So I'm going to apply a where condition where request at request at, and I'm going to basically use request at should be greater than or equal to, and I'm going to basically pass that particular date, and request at should be less than or equal to, should be less than or equal to 3. Now we'll see how what we are getting, and we are applying some function, so we have to group by request at. So as you can see that we got some result. We didn't get the expected or you can say output, but at least we are getting certain result. Now what we need to do, there's also a catch here, that if there are 4 requests in total, 2 of which are cancelled, and however the request id 2 was made banned. So if you have banned by either by the client or either by the driver, you have to basically if that is banned, you need not to count that particular basically user id. So I'm going to apply one more condition here, and client id not in, sorry, client id not in, and I'm going to do select user id from users where band equal to yes, and similarly I'm going to do with driver id, and driver id not in select user id from users table where band equal to yes. So let's see. Sorry, we have users id, not user id. So as you can see that we got our solution. So what we did, we basically implemented another condition that our client id, whatever the client id we are having in these two tables, so like this client id should not be in this where it is yes. So suppose if it is either banned by the client or if it is either banned by the you can say driver, we need not to count that particular. So we are filtering those record, and we are applying basically aggregate function, and we are getting the desired output. So this is the one approach. So this particular problem is rated as hard in LeetCode questions because it basically uh, use certain logics around it. So if you have another approach regarding this problem, please comment down below. And also, if you want me to cover any other topics related to data engineering or data science background, then please let me know, comment down below, so that in the upcoming videos I'm trying to cover that particular topic. And also please give a thumbs up to this video, and also subscribe to my channel, so that you'll be notified whenever I'll drop any new videos related to this all these topics like SQL, PySpark and all. So I have a plan to basically build a whole data engineering series, uh, starting from distributed storage and distributed processing. So please make sure you subscribe this channel, so that you'll be notified whenever I'll drop that video. So with that, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.